Stacy Botsford.
And Tenzin Botsford.
And we're Red Door Family Farm.
Well, we started, purchased the land in 2014 after moving back to Wisconsin to be closer to family, extended family, and we had farmed in Oregon. That's kind of where we worked on other farms, and Stacy did a apprenticeship at a vegetable farm there, and we checked out a bunch of different types of agriculture and kind of settled on wanting to move back here and do this, and started the farm, started a family, got kind of everything up and rolling all at the same time. And we really wanted to do something that connected us to our community and something that provided a valuable service, and we really felt like it was very important to have good, healthy food. We felt like that was getting harder, even though access to food was maybe increasing broadly. The quality of the food that was accessible in many communities seemed to be diminishing, especially in agricultural areas, which seemed like a shame.
What inspired you to partner with us through the Farm to Food Bank program?
I feel like we always knew that we wanted to rectify that problem of the nutritious food leaving our communities, but it always sort of felt like as we were getting started, the only people that we were able to access were the people who had enough money to purchase the food from us, and that just always felt like it didn't quite sit right. It felt like the people who needed the food the most didn't have access to our food. So we've worked hard with all the pantries in the area trying to figure out how can we bridge that gap. COVID helped because of certain federal grants that came up during that time, so then they sort of got to trial what it would be like to work with us and found that it was actually not only did people really desire the kind of food that we were growing, but the cost of getting our food didn't cost that much more than it did having to go through all the waste products and pay for getting rid of the bad food that they were getting, that were being donated to them. So there got to be a lot of excitement around the fact that our food was such high quality, and that people really kind of got behind our project. A lot of local businesses got really excited about the idea. We started doing some fundraising in the area, and Feed My People just fit directly in with that, trying to lift up the communities that we felt like were being missed the most.
Yeah, absolutely. And some supply chain disruptions, I think, really caused people to look closer to home and say, okay, where can we have more reliable access to food?
How has this partnership benefited your farm too, both in terms of your business and this, as well as community engagement? Where has the benefit been for you?
Right.
It's hugely beneficial to us. It's a reliable and somewhat flexible outlet for food, so we can scale up knowing that we're going to move however many pallets of food every week, knowing that that's going somewhere that we feel great about. Only helps. It helps with our motivation and morale. It also, I think it galvanizes the whole team, and I think everybody really appreciates being a part of this work. And we're paid for the food, and we're paid fairly, and I think that's a really key and important part. It keeps us surviving and thriving and able to adapt and to better serve you and the community, and it also ensures that top quality food is going where it's needed.
We've heard so often from the guests that come through, we have pop-up distributions where people come to the food bank on Fridays and Mondays, receiving fresh produce along with other pantry staples. And then we also we have over 250 partners throughout West Central Wisconsin. But the number one thing we've just consistently heard is that produce is such a huge thing, and the amount of comments that we've had, is everyone is just in awe of the tomatoes that they see, or they're and it's just I'm glad that it's a special thing, but also I just want to get to a spot where it's just yes, we have so much produce, it should just be available to everyone. And so it's just been amazing and so good to see that we're finally able to move the produce at the speed that it needs to be moved at so that people can get it when it's at the height of the quality.
It's also when we know it's a stable amount of food going to the food banks every week, it means that we could hire another person and know that that person can get paid a fair wage without having to, it's a lot for us to burden to try to figure out as we grow the food where it's going to go every single week.
Yeah.
So being able to know, like, okay, Feed My People and Red Door have this relationship where we know that they're going to need X amount of pounds of food every week. We can plan for that. We can plan what kind of things that those pantries need or desire the most, and then we can plan who we're going to hire and what we can pay. So it really solidifies our ability to farm well.
I was wondering if you would be able to list off the top of your head all the different produce that you have sent your way to the food bank. What's come through
okay. Yeah. I will try my hardest. I'm going to say what's going, like, just today. We have tomatoes, slicing tomatoes, cherry tomatoes, paste tomatoes, cilantro, parsley, dill.
Wow.
Cauliflower, white and purple. The purple is very fun.
I had no idea.
Broccoli, green cabbage, red cabbage, onions, scallions, leeks. We have peppers, jalapeno peppers, shishito peppers, and sweet peppers. Celery, and
Kale.
oh yeah, all those. Kale,
Carrots.
cucumbers, zucchinis, winter squash, which is kind of a big family name for a whole bunch of different types of squash. We have green beans, sugar snap peas, melons, cantaloupe, Korean melons, and watermelons. Potatoes, sweet corn, not ready yet.
Coming soon.
Coming soon.
That's amazing. I truly didn't know it was that amount of. I mean, I knew there was a variety, but I didn't know the.
We try to grow every possible thing you can grow here in this climate in Wisconsin, except for eggplant and okra, because no one likes it.
What about ratatouille, though?
I mean, somebody likes it.
Yeah.
I don't like it, so I'm not growing it.
Both things can be delicious.
Okay, fair enough. Is there like a personal story or moment that really stands out to you from your work with Feed My People? Like just a moment that kind of illustrates or solidifies why you're doing this partnership?
Well, I feel like it's like the partnership idea has been building for us. We knew it was important to us, but a few weeks ago I decided I was going to just do the delivery because I was curious to know like what it looked like on that end.
You hadn't been to Feed My People before?
No, I didn't go all the way to Feed My People. I just went to Abbotsford to do our delivery. So
sure.
We got all of our stuff packed up, and I just wanted to see what that end of it looked like, and the excitement of us pulling up with our truck and seeing people like excited to see us, let us know that what we're bringing it has an extra value. There was the other things that were available, like the canned beans and those sort of things, which are super important, but I could tell that fresh produce was a piece that was missing, and that we're filling a gap that really needs to be filled, and that makes me really happy and proud of the work we're doing.
Can you describe just a little bit more what how Red Door is connected to Abbotsford? Like, what does that look like on a day-to-day basis?
Well, Abbotsford is close by. It's probably 25 minutes away.
Yep.
So that's we're in a rural area, like you noted, and that's pretty close for as far as towns go. They've got a large population that's very underserved there. A lot of food insecurity, but also just a lack of service to that area. And that was something that mattered to us just as community members on the front end, but we didn't have a good way to get involved over there or be a part of that. We didn't have a lot of direct ties to that community. And then when Feed My People reached out and said they were looking to better serve that community and interested in working with us, we just felt like that was a really natural fit.
The Abbotsford area is also a part of Marathon County. It's at the very, very edge of Marathon County. So we both work in on boards of the pantries and food service areas or organizations in Wausau, and they're constantly trying to figure out like how to better serve Abbotsford. But it's far, and it's like not, there's so many people in Wausau that will just gobble the food up right away. So it's kind of like they never could quite reach out there, and I always felt uncomfortable around that because we're closer to Abbotsford than we are to Wausau.
Right.
So it felt like, it's a natural fit for us to be that leap that makes it the rest of the way there, but we just could never figure out exactly how to do it. So when Feed My People came in, it ended up solving the problem that we were constantly asking ourselves, like, how do we feed the people that are on the edge of our community that aren't quite getting the services that we were offering?